Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vivian. This video is all about how to make this beautiful outfit. If this is what you've been interested in learning, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and let's get started. So I'm making use of these two beautiful African prints. You can see this material is not on fold, it's just two pieces of fabric placed together on top of each other. Okay, so now I'll be taking my measurements. I've already drawn a line here. Here I have my bust point, my waistline, my hip point, and then the length of this dress. Remember, this fabric is not on fold. So the first measurement I'll be taking is my neck width. I'm making use of neck width of 2 inches. I would advise you use 1.5 because my own was a little bit wider and that is what I want. And the neck depth I also made use of 2 inches. And I'll go ahead and curve it just like this. So the next measurement is my shoulder measurement divided by 2. Mine is 15 by 2 is 7.5, and I'll go ahead and mark it just like I'm doing so. After that, on this shoulder point, I'll come down by 1 inch just to get the shoulder slope. This shoulder slope of a thing is not that necessary. So after that, I'll be adding ½ inch on top for stitching the shoulder. So I'll just go ahead and connect the line. So now from this shoulder line as well, I'll come down by 9 inch, and that will be my armhole depth. And I'll go ahead and draw the line across like this. So after that, I'll be extending this line towards this way, and this will serve as my chest line. So from here, from that shoulder slope mark, I'll mark the point half of this line, and I'll come in by ½ inch, and that will help me to determine the armhole curve. So on this chest line, I'll mark my bust measurement divided by 4, and then I'll add ½ inch for ease. So I'm going to connect the 3 lines together to get my armhole curve. So on this bust point, I'll be marking my bust measurement divided by 4. After that, I'll add 1 inch for ease, and then 1 inch for sewing allowance. So on the waistline as well, I'll mark my waist measurement divided by 4. I will add 1 inch for ease, and then 1 inch for sewing allowance. On the hip point as well, I'll be marking my hip point divided by 4, just like I'm doing. So after that, I will add 2 inches for ease, and then 1 inch for sewing allowance. Then I'll just go ahead and connect the lines. Remember, if you don't want to give your own shape, you can just extend this line from that bust point down to the hip line. I just wanted to give my own a little bit shape. So from that hip point, I'll slant the line towards the hem side. So I'll just use this ruler to curve the lines so that the shape will come out. Remember, you can just extend the line from that chest line down to your hip point if you don't want that curve. So now I'll go ahead and cut it out. So guys, I'll be using this front pattern to cut the back. Here you have to note something. Remember that when I was cutting the front side, this blueprint was on top. But now for me to cut the back, the flowered one will be on top while the blue one will be under. Okay, and remember that this fabric is not on fold, it's just two pieces of fabric joined together. So you have to follow this step if you really want your own to come out very well like that. If you go ahead and place the same fabric on top when you are cutting the front, it won't come out very well. And remember, as I was cutting here, I left about 1/4 inch because of the zipper allowance. So here I have my fronts here, and I have the back. So the first thing I'll do, well, I'll go straight to sewing machine, and I'm going to stitch this side, stitch it down to join the two fabric. And for the back as well, I'll do the same thing. But before I stitch the back side, I'm going to be leaving a space where I'll be adding that zipper. So I'll just have to measure out the length of the zipper. Depending on the length of the zipper you're putting, you just measure it out, then go ahead and stitch the remaining parts. So the next thing I'll be doing is to draft out the sleeve. I have these two fabric and they're on fold. So from here I have 4 inches that will serve as my calves line and the quarter of the sleeve. So on this calves line, I'm going to be marking my round armhole divide by 2. I'll add 1 inch for ease because that sleeve is not that too tight, then 1 inch for sewing allowance. When I do that, I'm going to go ahead and extend the line. So after that, I'll be connecting this point to this point by slanting the ruler like this. So I'll determine the length of this line I just slanted, okay? And when I do that, I'll have to determine the midpoint. Okay, so after that, I'll be marking the midpoint there. And on this upper side, I'll be coming out by 1/2 inch. And this side too, I'll be coming by 1/2 inch. So I'll just use my free hand to make a shape, make something like letter S shape, and just join the 2 lines together. So on this quarter sleeve, I'll go ahead and mark 6 inches. I'll add 1 inch for ease and then 1 inch for sewing allowance. Then I'll go ahead and extend this line here. So for the length of the sleeve now, remember that sleeve has something like flaps, okay? So I'll minus 4 inches. The length of my sleeve is 26 inches. So I'll minus 4 inches for that flaps. So I have 22 inches here. Plus 1 inch sewing allowance, that is 23 inches. So I will now go ahead and cut it out. So I have my sleeve ready and I've cut out this piece of fabric for the flaps, okay? And this will complete the length of the sleeve and is on fold. So we'll be joining it together later. So guys, after joining the fabric together, this is what I have. I already have my front and the back, and I left this space for the zipper. So here I'll be adding my zipper. You can see the zipper is a little bit long, but before I do that, I'll place this fabric like this, right side facing right side. I'm going to arrange it very well, then I'll go ahead and join the 2 shoulders together. So after joining the shoulder, this is what I have. Now the next thing I'll do is to measure the round neck to know what I have there. So I'll go ahead and cut out the bishop neckline. So here, after measuring it, I have about 20 inches. So I'm going to cut out a fabric for that bishop neckline. And here I already have the fabric and it's on fold. And this is about 1.5 inches. I'll be using the 1/2 inch to join it, and 1 inch will be the length of the neckline. So yeah, I'm going to place it from the right side. I'll sew it round from the back. I'll sew it round. After that, I'll raise it up and then top stitch on it. And then after that, I'll also go ahead and fix my zipper after fixing the neckline. So guys, when I'm done, this is what I have. You can see how the neck is looking, and I've also gone ahead to fix the zipper. You can see how it's looking. So the next thing I want to go ahead and do now is to work on the sleeve. So here for the flaps, I already have this for the flaps, and this is about 4.5 inches. I'll be using 1/2 inch to join it to the main sleeve, and the 4 inches will be the length of the flaps. I've stitched the both side. I've closed the both side of the fabric. So now I'll go ahead and join it to this sleeve. So this is the right side of the sleeve here. I'll go ahead and place these flaps on it from the right side. Okay, I'll place this flowered one on the blue one. So I'm going to stitch it here like this, and after that I'll turn it and then top stitch. So the same way I'm going to join the flaps to the other side as well. So for this flowered one, I'll be joining that blue one because the fabric is mixed, right? So I'll be joining this blue one to it. So guys, after fixing it, this is how the sleeve is looking, and you can see how beautiful it's looking. I just love these 2 prints. The sleeve is so beautiful. So the next thing is to attach the sleeve to the dress. So now I'll open up this dress like this. This is the right side of the dress, okay? So when I open it up like this, I've already notched the center of the sleeve. So on that notched area, that's the center of the sleeve, I'll place it from this, I'll place it on this shoulder line, okay? And I'm going to stitch it with 1/2 inch, stitch the both to this end and stitch the other side to this end. So I'm going to do the same thing to this other side as well. So guys, after fixing the sleeve, this is what I have. You can see this dress is already coming out so beautiful. So now the remaining thing is to go ahead and stitch the two sides. So I'm going to join it this way. From this side, I'll stitch it down all the way till the hem side. So I'll do the same thing to this other side. Remember, you're not stitching from the flap. From this side, I'll stitch it down all the way till the hem side. So when I'm done with that, I'll just go ahead and hem this side. I'll go ahead and hem it by folding it in twice, fold it again, then stitch it round. So guys, after stitching it, this is the final result. I love this dress. It's so comfy, it's so beautiful. The color combination, the fabric, the print, I love everything about this outfit. It's something that you would love to have. If you watched to this end, thank you very much. If you are here to subscribe to my channel, please help me do so. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, and drop a comment. If this is your first time of coming across my channel, my name is Vivian. See you next time when I post another video. Bye.